Coming up next on the Jeff Crilley Show, studies show that 40 to 60% of property taxes are overassessed, and yet only 5% of property owners will actually fight them. We're going to be talking to the founder of a game-changing app next.
Many are predicting that the worst is yet to come, which is unfortunate, said one person here. Until now, they've enjoyed the reputation of being the nation's icebox.
Watched a burglar in his home this morning by webcam.
As a journalist of over 25 years, stories are what make my world turn.
Reporting live from the Dallas newsroom tonight, Jeff Crilley, Fox 4 News.
But in 2008, I took the jump from my familiar life and started a PR firm from my home.
We're talking about anyone with a camcorder like the one I'm using becomes a television network.
We started slowly growing the company, and we now have over 100 clients, and we've branched into the world of live digital broadcasting. I now own 8 different TV studios and have a huge team, and the stories that I now get to share are sometimes the most important of my life. Life has a funny way of coming around full circle. This is the Jeff Crilley Show.
I live in Collin County, and every single year my wife and I get our property tax bill and we dutifully pay it, just like we're asked to do. But I was shocked to find out that some 40 to 60% of homeowners are being overassessed. Joining us to talk about that today, Michael Reeves. He's the founder of the Andy app. Thanks for coming on the show.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
All right, before we get to talking about your game-changing app, let's start with like 101. So how is it that they determine what your property is worth?
Yeah, well, thanks, Jeff, for allowing me to come on. It's pretty wild because I grew up watching you on the news, and now here I am sitting talking to you.
Thank you.
You know, it's interesting because the county assessor's office is going to assess your property based on their opinion of value, right? And how they're doing that is they're pulling comps in the area, and that's what they're using. So when you go to sell your property, you know, you're putting a fresh coat of paint on it. You're making sure that there's cookies being baked in the oven when people are doing walkthroughs, right? So the idea when you're selling your property is to get top dollar. And so that's what the county's using to assess your property taxes. But you and I both know if you've got a family of, 4 in the house, you have no plans to sell it. What are the conditions of your property now? What does the roof look like? You have holes in the walls, you have stains on the carpet. You know, if you go to my house, I got 4 kids and 2 dogs. We ain't trying to sell it right now, right? But I'm also not trying to pay property taxes. And so ultimately what we were trying to do is get folks to understand that the imperfections of your property can drive your property taxes down.
Mm. And 40 to 60% are being overassessed?
Yeah.
And that's a shocking number.
Yes. And it's because people don't know what to do. They don't know where to turn. And obviously Texas is very, their tax rates are extremely high. I always tell people if you poll every Texan and ask them who they didn't like more, the county's taxing jurisdiction or the IRS, you'd probably get a toss up, right? And so that's where the Andy app comes in. And that's why I founded this, is because you've got homeowners out there struggling. You know, they're trying to pay their bills. They're trying to make the mortgage. They're trying to make the car payments. They're trying to give, extracurricular activities for their kids, basketball, baseball, dance recitals. And so now through a click of a button with the Andy app, you can protest your property taxes through an app on your phone.
No kidding.
I mean, it's interesting because you can get all of your food delivered to your house. You can get on Instagram. You can watch movies through an app. Yeah. But why not protest your property taxes? And so here we are.
I love it. We're going to show some slides from your pitch deck. Let's go ahead and put it up on the screen, and let's talk about how it is that you differ from anything else in the market. There's no other app like this?
No, great. I love it because I'm the first, right? We are the first on the Apple Store, on the Google Store. Nobody else has the technology and the customization that we've created. I'm so proud of my team that we've been able to do this using and leveraging artificial intelligence to protest property taxes. And, with other firms, they still use, old technology. They're still kind of stuck in 2011, 2012, pushing paper. And you and I both know the way of the world now is technology. And we're using that with the Andy app. And so now the client can upload pictures of their property, the imperfections, to the app. And then ultimately, we've built a very customized comp software in the app that's going to pull comps that are more favorable to what we want when we go to protest. And then artificial intelligence with a little bit of human element still too. So I don't want to say that there's the Terminator is negotiating their property taxes.
Sure.
But at the same time, we're leveraging artificial intelligence to then get a lower value for our clients when they're out there working hard every day trying to put food on the table. Like clockwork, we're going to protest their taxes. And we're trying to make protesting your property taxes as apple pie as, filing your federal income taxes, because it should be.
Yes. I imagine that the tax assessor's offices are not going to like you.
Yeah, maybe not, but they're making enough money. Let's put it that way. But also at the same time, this is your right as a Texas taxpayer. In the Texas Taxpayer Bill of Rights, you have the ability to argue your property taxes. And so what we want to do through the Andy app is educate folks, get it out there, let folks know that this is not a adverse relationship between us and the county. Sure. You have the ability to do this. And now through a click of a button, sign up with Andy and we'll do it for you.
Michael, talk about any challenges that you faced trying to get this thing off the ground. Was it easy to get access to the data?
The data wasn't the issue. It's pulling all the data together, right? But with a great solid team, good companies, a good private equity firm that we've partnered with, everything's about a team. And obviously letting, the citizens of the state of Texas to know that you have a team now going to bat for you with the Andy app. And so, no, it wasn't difficult. Difficult in what? My dream has always been to produce this app and get it out there. So difficulty means nothing when you're trying to get something, revolution out to the public.
Outstanding. And you're launching this through affiliate marketing. Talk
Yes.
about the kinds of organizations that are going to be partnering with you.
Yes, love that question. We're doing a lot of affiliate marketing, getting with realtors, loan officers, insurance brokers. We just did a massive deal with a home warranty company in the Plano area, right? So they're going to add property tax protesting into their repertoire of services when it comes down to, fixing their washer and the dryer and those types of things. So now they're going to be able to offer protesting of property taxes by partnering with the Andy app. We also did a big deal with another a company that does property tax loans, which is near and dear to my heart because there's companies out there loaning folks money that can't pay their property taxes. And if they would just protested, maybe they wouldn't get so much debt or behind on their tax bills. And so we're doing that deal as well. That's a big company down in South Texas. We had a meeting yesterday with a home, restoration company, excuse me. That's the CTE from football. So a home restoration company. So again, it's getting folks to get out and educate. And at the same time, they'll be compensated, right? So even if it's a stay-at-home mom that wants to educate her neighborhood, we'll give you a link. You'll be able to share that link. That link is encoded with your information. Every time somebody downloads it, you get paid per household that you sign up. And also, not to mention, we're dealing with some homeowners associations too. And the homeowners associations are great because we do have a lot of, we have pedophile data, sex offender data in the app, as well as crime data. So you're going to be able to pull up all the sex offenders that live in your neighborhood. You can see their faces, how far away they live from your house and your front door. Because guys, that's a property value issue as well, right? Nobody wants to live in or around those folks. And so we're educating and getting that out and making people aware of that as well.
And based on your experience, how much can people save?
Yeah, so it just depends. Obviously, the higher price the house, $1 million, $2 million, $3 million houses, you're going to see a bigger savings because there's a bigger tax bill. But at the end of the day, if we can save $300, $400, $500, $600, $700, $1,000 for your average homeowner, I mean that's a big deal, right? And keep in mind, there's only two ways to adjust your house payment: either go get a new home insurance company or protest your property taxes. And so any type of bit that we can find, you never know unless you try. It's interesting because I always tell folks we'll argue with the 16-year-old behind the counter at the grocery store when the milk rang up $1 more than it should have. And we want that dollar back, but man, we don't protest their taxes, which could be hundreds, if not thousands of dollars.
And Michael, you're already live in Texas. Eventually, will it be in all 50 states?
Yes, that's the plan. There's other states that have got very, very, very high tax rates, tough on homeowners. So right now, Texas, we represent all 254 counties. Next, we're going to go to Florida. Florida's got similar tax laws as Texas. Not much of a higher of a tax rate, but there's still similar tax laws. And then going to take it nationally because once again, it's the hidden tax, and people have to start looking at it and going, man, I'm trying to save on my cell phone bill, I'm trying to save on my cable bill, I'm trying to cut this bill down, and you've got this major bill sitting in front of you that is kind of gets snuck by every single year, and we want to bring that to light.
Outstanding. Michael, we're almost out of time. So
Sure.
Final thoughts. What would you like to leave people with?
No, I just think, guys, it's at the end of the day, I want to make it to where you and your friend are hanging out and one person looks at you and your friend goes, man, my property taxes are through the roof. And, you simply just go, what do you mean? You don't protest? No, I don't. Well, just download the Andy app and do it right there, right? Through a click of a button. I really want people to understand this is a major issue. The higher the property taxes go, the higher your payment's going to go. And ultimately, it's now time to act, and we're going to leverage technology to do it. And once again, the Andy app will do that for you.
Outstanding. That's a good place to end this segment. We're going to leave you with the website, which is theandyapp.com, the great Michael Reeves. Thanks for coming on the show.
Thank you. Appreciate
You bet.
you.
That's it
Yes,
for
sir.
now.
Thank you.
We'll see you next time.